Okay, everybody, welcome to the YouTube for Beginners class. That's what we're going to be discussing today. And then Friday was going to be the second half where I'll show you some more advanced YouTube options. The reason we're talking about this today is because the company has come out with kind of a focus for this month, which is all about video. YouTube is one of the most versatile tools that you can use when dealing with video, because not only can you record and edit videos on YouTube, you can also live stream from YouTube, and you can host all your videos on YouTube to then share out to a wide variety of other places. And the good news is all of you have access to a free YouTube account as part of your Google Business Suite through the company. So the best way to access the YouTube account that you want to use for business is to actually start in your Fox and Roach Gmail account, which is where I am right now. And if you go to the upper right corner, you will see this little box of boxes. That is your app list. So if you click that, hold on, I gotta let some more people in. If you click that, and then you start scrolling down through all these different apps, here you will see YouTube right here. So when you're logging in, this is the best way to do it. It'll automatically log you into the correct free Fox and Roach account. So I'm gonna click on that. Okay, so it's going to take you to the main YouTube dashboard for your YouTube account. And if you have used YouTube at all and you happen to have signed in, you will see some stuff here, like videos you've watched. In this case, there's a bunch that my daughter has watched using mine. But everybody that you're subscribed to will show up on the left-hand side here under subscriptions. Recent videos you've watched will show up on your dashboard. Videos they're suggesting for you will just show up on your dashboard. But this is just the main YouTube account. So what we actually want to speak about is setting up and then using your own YouTube channel. So to do that, if you go to the very upper left-hand corner, there is a little circular picture, and it will either be a picture of you if you already have one associated with your Google account, or it'll be your initials, something like that. But you're looking for this little circle in the upper right. And if we click that, the very first thing you'll see on the drop down is your channel. So we're going to go ahead and click there. Okay, so because I have a YouTube channel, you're going to actually see videos that I've posted here. Okay, across the top menu under my picture and my name. I'm on my home right now. If I click on videos, you can see all of the videos that I've posted here. I can sort them in the right-hand side. If I keep going across, you'll see playlists. These are all things we're going to talk about, where you can actually create playlists in order to group your videos so that it's easier for your audiences to find the type of videos that they're looking for. So for instance, if you were on my video content class last week, we talked about doing things like series, right? Where each video is an episode, or maybe you're doing an explanation of something that's slightly complicated, and rather than doing one long video, you're breaking it into multiple shorter videos. So for any instance like that, where you're creating a bunch of videos about a single topic, you can group them into the playlist. That way, one, they're easy to find for your audience, and two, as they're watching one of the videos, it will automatically prompt them to watch the next one in that same playlist. So that's what those are used for. And then channels, these will be any other channels that you have or that you're linked to from your personal channel. So that's an option. And then the first thing I want to show you is the About section here. So what this allows you to do is give a brief description about either yourself or your channel, okay? And then it allows you to put in your email. I'm going to show you all of this. And it kind of, isn't showing up right here, but if you click view email address, there it is. So anyone on your channel can access this email. So you want to make sure you're using one, you know, where you're going to respond. So you can see it's my Fox and Roach email. And then it also allows you to put in as many links really as you want. And I think you can feature up to 5 in this About Me section. So I have a link to my website. I have a link to my Facebook business page. And then I have a link to my branded Real Scout search engine, so people can set up their own home search. And if they log into that, again, it's a lead capture for you. So you can put in these links. Okay, so that is what your basic channel looks like when you click on the My Channel under your photo. Now from here, you also have the option to, under the Videos tab, oops, someone else is coming in, there we go. Right from here, actually, if I go all the way to the upper right, I can create a video right from here. And what that's going to do is actually put you into YouTube Studio to help you create the videos. But for now, I just wanted to show you that's where that is. So the other things you want to do just to get set up, this is a cover photo, just like you would have on, you know, Facebook or any other social media platform. So you'll see when I hover over it, the little camera icon appears in this photo. So you can click on that camera icon to upload whatever image you want as the, you know, cover photo for your YouTube channel. In ACE, there are like folders you can access that have a bunch of already created ones if you're looking for, you know, something company oriented, or you can choose any of your own photos from your computer as well. You'll see right here, it has a link to my website embedded in my cover photo. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So whenever anybody's even just looking at my channel, there's a link to my website right there. Now, if you don't have a profile photo, if for whatever reason, if you don't have one associated with your Google account or it's not showing up here, again, I can hover over the little circle of my face and you'll see the camera icon pops up. So you can click on that to upload your profile photo for YouTube as well. Okay. So now I'm going to come across right under my cover photo to this blue button that says Customize Channel. Okay, this is the next step you're going to do to get everything set up. So we're going to click there. Okay, so this is the back end that you're looking at. If you want to view your channel as if you were, you know, someone from the outside, just to see what it looks like, you can click View Channel and then select how you want to view it. But what we're going to do is actually go across these 3 options right here: layout, branding, and basic info. So the layout and the branding are something I'm probably going to cover on Friday's class. What we want to focus on right now, these only really work once you actually have videos uploaded, right? So that's why we're going to skip that for now. And we're just going to focus on the basic info, which is the 3rd one across at the top here. So we're going to click basic info. And here's where you can enter all of that information that I showed you in the About Me section that is public facing on your YouTube channel. So you can write a description. It does give you, excuse me, a word limit. It gives you 1,000 words. So you want to be somewhat brief. And again, it can be a little bit about yourself and your business, or it can be a little bit about why you created the channel, why people should watch your videos. You want to put some sort of information in there that's going to kind of draw people in and explain to them why they should be subscribing to your channel and, watching your videos. So for me, I primarily use my YouTube channel for this, right? For regional training classes. So that's what my little blurb is about. And you can add a second language as well if you speak one. Below that is your channel URL, right? So this is the direct link that you would use to send out to anyone that you want to be able to access your channel. Now, it's long and it's complicated. And unfortunately, the way YouTube works is that you can't actually create your own short URL, right? Something like youtube.com/Corey Rossiter. You can't do that until you have a certain number of subscribers to your channel. So until you're at that point, for now, this is the one, that you're going to be using. See somebody with a hand up. Fred, did you have a question? You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes. So you went in under Fox Roach email and picked. So if we have another Gmail account and another YouTube account that's set up under that other Gmail, are we able to combine, or are they totally separate? One can't connect with the other?
So there is a way that you can link from one account to another. So, if you were in there when I was showing you like the back end, right, and I went to channels under my own channel, right? Now, how exactly to do that, I would have to look up and get back to you. Or generally you can click on those things and YouTube it'll tell you right then, right? They have like a really easy to use kind of like help search. So you can search on how to do that. I would just, proceed with caution, right? Because if it's another account that's a very personal account, then, you might not want to link and have everyone see what you're doing, what you're watching, that kind of thing. But yes, you should be able to link the two if you want to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So below my channel URL here, this is where you can always access it, by the way, if you need to look it up, are all the links that you can add. Okay, so what they're going to do, if I click add link, it'll give me another box. So when you first log in, this is what it's going to look like. It's just going to be blank. You are going to put in whatever the title of the link is. And Fred, this is another option. You could actually put this as a link if you want. And the first, like I said, the first, I think 5, you can choose to show up on your channel. So you could link to your other channel here if you wanted to do that. So you're going to title whatever the link is, website, Facebook, whatever. And then here in the next box, you would copy and then paste the actual URL address for that site that you want to link to. Okay. So for instance, let's say I wanted to add my LinkedIn account. I would just go to my LinkedIn. I gotta move you guys so I can see what I'm doing. Here we go. That's my feed. Find the right link. Here we go. Click on me here. There we go. So now that I've clicked on myself, I'm on my actual account, not just my news feed. I can copy this. Whoa, that didn't work. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, and once you've added your links, you keep coming down, and now it's going to ask you which link do you want to show up on your banner photo, right? So this is how I added my website link right in my banner photo. I told it I wanted it to drop down to use the first link. And it looks like on your banner, even you can have up to your first 5 links. I think that can get like a little crazy. So I just chose what I felt was the most important one, which is a link to my website. So I told it to display the first link. And if you scroll back up, my website is my first link. You can use these little tabs to the left to reorder it if you need to, right? You can just drag and drop and change the order. Okay, and below that is your contact info, where it asks you for what emails you want to be made public on your channel in case people need to reach out to you. So this is where you would put in whatever email that is. I always suggest it's your, Fox and Roach email, but if you have another one that you use that you're checking all the time, that's what you can put here. Okay, so once you have added all of this basic info, you want to make sure that you click the blue publish button in the upper right-hand corner to save all of that information. So since I added a link, I'm going to go ahead and click publish. Okay, and it tells me at the bottom, changes published, and I can, go and view my channel now if I want to see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. So that was all under this blue customize channel button. So we did customize channel, and then we did basic info, and that's kind of like your profile, right? So you can put all your information there, your contact info, your about me, all of that stuff. All right. So chances are, if you're just starting out, those are the first steps you want to do. You want to log into your channel. You want to make sure you have a profile photo. You want to make sure that you have a cover photo. And then you want to go to customize channel, and you want to fill in all of the basic info like we just talked about. Okay. And then the next step is actually to start adding some videos. So once you've created some video content, or if you have some videos you've already created elsewhere that now you want to put on YouTube to get started, that's great too. So any videos you have saved to your phone, you can use the YouTube app to upload them. Any videos you have saved to your computer, you can upload. Anything on Facebook, if you have a video, you post it on Facebook, you can download it and then upload it. So it's easy to get started, just, use videos you have that already exist. But if you want to add them here, you can either go to manage videos right here, or you can go like I showed you, this little camera up here at the top, it's going to say create. Okay. So if I click this, it gives you two options. You can either upload a video, or you can go live. Okay, so that's your option. For today, I'm going to show you how to upload a video and then do all the things you need to do to make sure it gets published. Okay, so I'm going to click upload video. And it's actually now going to put me into YouTube Studio, which is where it automatically sends you when you're doing anything for video creation, editing, etc. So because I chose to upload a video, it's automatically giving me this window where I can either drag and drop files that I want to upload, or I can use the select files button to browse my computer and find it. So I'm actually going to choose a short one here. Most of my videos are much longer because they're classes, and that takes too long to be able to show you what I want to show you. So I'm going to just choose a random personal video that's nice and short. Okay, so once it's kind of dragged it in, this is what you're going to see. Okay, so the first part is you're going to fill in all the details. Next part is you're going to choose your video elements. Then it's going to go through a series of checks. Then you're going to tell YouTube how visible you want it to be. Okay, so I can see because that was a nice short video, it's already uploaded over here on the right. If it's a longer video, it's going to take some time, but you can still go through all of these steps while it's uploading. So you do not have to sit here and wait for it to finish uploading at this point, okay? So the first thing you're gonna do is title it, and this is required. And you wanna keep in mind, the public is going to be seeing this if you are making these videos public. So you wanna be careful of certain words or phrases or anything that, YouTube might pick up on, and then they will basically like block your video. And if you have too many of those, they'll block your account. So just be careful in your word selection here. Next up, it wants a brief description of, what the video is about. So in my experience, you want to keep this brief. If you do have channels that you have been on that you're watching, where people post a lot of content, you'll usually see the description under their videos, 2, maybe 3 sentences tops, right? Because you don't want to lose people. I gotta click in there again. There you go. There you go. Okay. So next, it actually allows you to choose a thumbnail from the video. So it's going to pick some screen grabs, and it's going to allow you, I don't know why mine aren't showing, it might still be uploading. If the video is still uploading, you won't actually be able to see anything here, okay? But it will give you a few selections of different screen grabs from that video that you can choose to use as the thumbnail. It also gives you the option to upload a thumbnail. So instead of having a screen grab from the video itself, if you want everything to look exactly the same on your channel, you can have like a cover shot that is the start of every video. You can upload that as your thumbnail. That's what will show. Okay, playlists. Here's where they come into play, for lack of a better term. We discussed these briefly, but if I go to this drop down, you'll see, I have 1 playlist currently. That's for regional training videos. And if this was one of the classes, I would add it to that playlist. Since it's not, I'm not going to. And even if you haven't created any playlists yet, if you forgot to do that step, you can come straight down here to the bottom, click new playlist here, and you can actually create one right from scratch right here. And it's going to ask you, what visibility do you want this playlist to have, right? Do you want it to be public, meaning anyone wandering around YouTube can see it? Do you want it to be private, meaning no one can see it, it's just for you? Or do you want it to be unlisted, which means you would have to share the direct link to the video with the people you want to allow to see it, okay? Once you've named it and you've selected the privacy mode, click create. It'll now give you that option as a playlist. And I can say, yes, that's where I want this video to go. And then I would click done. So, finally, there you go. It's done uploading. So now I can see, right, my different thumbnails that it's giving me. I like that one, so I'm going to click on that one. Okay. Below this is the audience. Now it's asking you, is this video made for kids? And this, again, is something you want to be careful with, okay? So unless your content is very specifically made for kids, the answer is no, okay? So, even if you're thinking to yourself, well, really anyone can watch my market update, or tips on cleaning my house. Maybe a kid would want to know, how to do their own laundry, whatever it is that you're talking about. Unless that is specifically geared towards children, just say no. That's what they want to know, all right? So we're going to say, no, it's not. Now, if you are, for whatever reason, let's say developing a specific playlist or some videos that you're saying are geared towards kids, you can say yes to those specific ones, and then you can use the age restriction to further advance, only, 12 to 18 years old can see this, or whatever the case might be. Okay, and then there's a show more option here. So this is kind of more advanced. So this, if you get to the point where you have any sponsors or you're promoting specific products that you're paid to do, you have to let them know that your video contains those types of endorsements. Automatic chapters, key moments are like where it will stop and restart the video. That makes it easier to watch if it's a longer video, but in this case, it's a very short video. I don't have to worry about that. And then places mentioned in your video, such as restaurants, may be displayed in the video description section. So if you are mentioning any place specific, again, YouTube is part of Google. Google knows all, so they will be able to find that place and display the name in your video description. So you can turn those off and on if you want to. Okay, and then you can add some tags or keywords. So this says tags can be useful if content in your video is commonly misspelled, okay? Otherwise, tags play a minimal role in helping viewers find your video. So this is not like Google search keywords. This is just if you think someone's, you know, searching for a video on dinner and they're gonna misspell it diner, right? You can add both of those words as a tag so they can find your video no matter what. All right, next up is language and captions. So you can change the language in your video, okay? If you want to add captions, you have to certify all of these things. You can pick which one. You can add your recording date and location if you choose to. And then there's different types of licensing. So this you can see is everything under a standard YouTube license, which is what you get with the free Google Suite account through Fox and Roach. Now, this allows people to create shorts using part of this video. Now, a YouTube short is something we're going to get into next week, but this is saying it would allow other people to use some of my content to create a short. That can be both good and bad, right? It can be bad because they're leveraging your content, or they might just be sharing a snippet of your video to say, hey, look at this video I found. It's great. You guys should watch it. So that's kind of, you know, a risk. You have to decide if you want to take that or not. I'm going to say I don't want to allow people other than myself to do shorts. Okay. You can add your video to a category here. And these are just basic search categories that YouTube has. So if someone's just wandering around YouTube, they might say, hey, I'm searching for videos on news and politics, or on education, or, you know, science and technology. So if your particular video that you're uploading falls into a specific category, you can go ahead and actually change that video by video. So if somebody's searching by the category, yours might pop up. Okay. Comments and ratings. So, you know, there's a comment section on each video once it's posted publicly. So you can dictate how you want those comments to come through. So you can either allow any and all comments, or what I highly suggest is one of the next two, which is either hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. And YouTube does have some screening algorithms, so it will pick out certain words that it considers inappropriate. So if someone's writing a nasty comment, it's going to show up on the back end of your videos in the analytics section, but it's not going to publicly post the comment until you review it and give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down. The other option is to just hold all comments for review. So no comments will show up publicly on your videos until you've gone in to look at them and given them the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Okay. So that is everything under details. Before I go any further, does anybody have any questions about all of this? Because I know that was quite a bit in there. Nope. Okay, cool. So over to the right, you'll see right here, they've already generated a link for that specific video. So if you want to, right from here, you can click copy my video link, you know, and have it ready to go, but you can't really share it until you've published this. So we're gonna keep going through the steps. So once I've entered all of this information under details, the bottom right of this box, I'm going to hit next. Okay. So now we have a few different video elements that you can add to your video. Some of these are a little bit more advanced, so we'll get into more of it on Friday. And some you're gonna see are grayed out because as a basic account, you don't have access to those. But you can add an end screen to your video, something like credits. Right? So I'm sure you've watched a video by, someone popular on YouTube, and you'll see they have a little like screen at the beginning, and then they'll have a little screen at the end that promotes some of their other videos or asks you to subscribe, right? So you can add an end screen, or cards are what those little promos are called. Okay, so you can click on add for either of these. And if you're not sure what they are, there's always a little, like information you can get through the help, right? So you would select a type of card, right? What do I want to show? Do I want to show a link to another video of mine? Do I want to show a link to one of my other playlists? Do I want to show a link to my channel or another channel? All right. And then once you've said what type of card you want and you've put in the proper URL for that link, you can come down here and tell it exactly where in the video you want it to show up, because a card can go anywhere. It can go the beginning, the end, the middle, what have you. Okay, so you would just click down here where you want it to go. Looks like we might have a question. Where can we edit the video? So right now I'm just showing you how to upload already created videos. So I will, again, next week show you some of the editing, because that's mostly when you're creating a video in YouTube itself. So we will get to that, I promise you. All right, so I'm not gonna add this card right now because this is just, a sample video that I'm not even gonna really publish. But these are under video elements, okay? Once I've done all of that I wanna do, I can go ahead and click next. Now it's going to, on its own, run a series of checks. So they're going to make sure that there's nothing in the video that would restrict its visibility. And if there is, it'll give you a heads up so you can fix the video, and it would, put you into the editing part and take out anything that's not supposed to be there. It's also going to check for any copyright infringements. So if you mention a specific thing that you didn't indicate that you're going to be promoting, something like that, again, it'll let you know so you can fix that. But this is saying checks are done. It's all green. I'm good to go. So I'm going to go to next. And here is where we choose the visibility, right? So if you hit private, it explains that only you and people you choose can watch your video. Unlisted is anyone who has the video link can watch your video, the specific link that's over here to the right. And then public is everyone, no matter who they are, anybody stumbling around YouTube that comes across your video can watch it. So you want to select your privacy for your audience. I'm going to make this one unlisted since it's just an example. Now it also gives you an option to schedule the video. So we talked, last week, if you guys were in the class with me, about batch creating content, right? So like if you give yourself 1 to 2 days a month or 1 to 2 days a week where you're either creating or uploading a bunch of video content just to get it out of the way, you don't have to put them, you can put them all in here at one time, but you can select that they'll get published on a specific date. So I could upload, 5 different videos today, and I could use this schedule option to have each one go out like 1 per week. So now I at least have, 1 video per week for an entire month ready to go. All right, then it's gonna give you a couple last minute, heads up where it's gonna warn you again. Make sure that no kids appear in your video. Make sure that you're following the community guidelines. You're not talking trash or using excessively foul language. Those are all things that might get your video bumped. Okay. So once you have all of this set up, you go ahead and click save. And because this was a short video and it had already gone through the checks, it now says video published, congratulations. And it gives you a bunch of options right here to one-click share this video. So you can see it connects to Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Pinterest, LinkedIn, etc. If you're trying to share it someplace that isn't a one-click option, like onto your website, or you want to embed it in an email, the link is right here, and you can just click this little icon to copy the link to the video, and then you can embed that in an email or on your website on an interior page or whatever you want to do. Okay. Close. All right. So as you can see, once I've completed that, now it's showing up on my list of videos under channel content. So these are all my videos. You can see the date that they were uploaded or published. This one is not showing as published because I made it, unlisted, but all these other ones you can see the little green eyeball. If I hover over it, it tells me that's public, which means everyone can see it. There's no restrictions on the video. When was it published? How many times has it been viewed? And if there's any comments, right? This is where you can see that. Now, if you need to change anything about one of the videos, so you can see if I hover over it, right? I get the details I can edit. I can look at the analytics for that video to see who's been watching it, how long are they watching it? Are they only watching the first 30 seconds? Are they watching the whole thing? Any comments? And then I can literally just click, I want to watch this video as it would appear on YouTube. And then under options, you can edit the title and description. You can get the link again if you want to be able to share it. You can opt to promote it. You can download it, or you can delete it forever. And I love how they put that. They're letting you know, if you click this, this video is gone, that's it, right? Okay, so if I click, let's just say details, right? It's gonna take me right back to this that I had set up before. So you remember I mentioned if you're doing a longer video and it hasn't uploaded yet, you're not going to be able to see your thumbnail options, right? And unless you want to sit here and wait for the thing to upload, you can go through all those steps I just showed you, click publish, wait until it's done, go back to the video in your list of videos, click that little edit details pen icon. Now you can select your thumbnail and make any other changes that you need to do. So you don't really have to wait if it's a longer video to have that upload. Okay, let me go back out. Let me go back to my channel. Okay, so I'm back to my channel. Oh, somebody's got a raised hand. Go ahead, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's Fred. Your comment about made for kids and not made for kids.
Yeah.
I've been told that unless it's specifically something that shouldn't, it should say, yeah, made for kids.
So I actually do, I've been told, and I do the opposite. And let me go back real quick. Hold on. I want to try something. How do I find? Oh, it's not going to show up because it's private. So let me go to, I'm going to move you guys around so I can see. Here we go. Videos. All right, I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to go back in to edit the details. Okay. If I click, yes, it's made for kids, right?
Right.
And again, like you can add your, if you click age restriction, right? Do you want to restrict your video to an adult audience? So what I've learned over time and from other people, other regional trainers actually, that were all doing the same thing where they were uploading their classes and stuff. And they were saying, yeah, it's made for kids, right? YouTube flagged them because it was not specifically made for kids. And then they got stuck. So again, in my opinion, and from what we've learned, if it's not specifically made for kids, don't say that it is. It doesn't say, is this okay for kids to watch, right? It says, is it made for children? If you want to be able to, and it's still going to let anybody see it unless you use the age restriction. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just listened to, I guess, Karen, one of hers, and I see that you've signed up, you're part of her channel or you subscribe to hers. But again, maybe I misunderstood, but that's what I took away from it, that you can, but okay, I understand your point. And
I will try and go back and watch and see. I don't know where she would have mentioned that, but and maybe it's changed, but this is going back a year or so ago when we all started regional training and putting everything on our YouTube channels. That was kind of what wound up happening. Is one of the regional trainers, YouTube blocked him and was like, yeah. So I would just say, if you want to err on the side of caution, it's not going to restrict people from seeing your video either way. So I would just say, no, it's not made for kids. And unless you also put in that restriction, everyone can still see it. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I'm not gonna click save. There we go. So yeah, you see if I say no, it's not made, and then I just say no, don't restrict it. And that way anybody can still see it. Okay. Let me go back out again, channel. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you before I forget is, again, up in my little icon in the upper right, which is where you can find your channel. You can find the YouTube studio. You can switch back and forth between accounts. So if you do have 2 accounts and you want to be working in one and then you want to flip over to another one, you can switch your account here just like you can from your Gmail, right? You can switch between 2 different Gmails right from in there. Settings down here. Okay, so almost all the way to the bottom under this drop down. I'm just going to go to settings real quick. Right, so it says here's your channel. You can look at your channel status and features, create a new channel right from here. You can advanced settings, right? So here's your user ID and your channel ID if you need to find those. What Google account you're using, and if you want to get a premium membership, right? So if you want to upgrade to a premium membership, it comes with, you know, certain other perks. It will give you access to like copyrighted music that you can add to your videos, all that kind of stuff. So just make sure your settings are all set the way you want, and then you should be good to go. All right, so that is everything I wanted to cover for today. We're gonna get more into, on Friday, we're gonna get more into like how do we use video analytics to inform what types of videos we're doing, what are YouTube shorts, and you know, why are those good things, some video editing, live streaming, that kind of stuff. So we'll cover all of that next week. I'm sorry, this Friday. Keep forgetting it's Monday. So before we sign off, did anybody have any questions based on, you know, what we went over today that you want me to show you a second time? No? You can raise your hand or unmute yourself. Let me stop sharing so I can actually see all of you. There we go. All right. Did anybody have any questions before we log off? All right, so super simple. At least I hope you think it's super simple, right? Everybody has an account. I would say at the very least, log in through your Fox and Roach Gmail and get it set up like with your name and your photos so that you at least have your channel ready to go, right? And then this month, there's tons of classes out there on how to create video content, what types of content, so that you guys can start creating some videos, and then you will have YouTube available for you as a place that you can upload and host all of those videos. It's also, and I'll show you guys this next week too, it's also the place where if you want to use ActivePipe to send out an email blast with a video embedded right directly in the email, YouTube is where that video has to be hosted. So just yet another reason, you know, that you guys should get your YouTube set up and ready to go. All right, well, thank you everyone for coming. That was everything I wanted to get through today. And I will see you all on Friday at 1 for the next steps to YouTube. All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you.